Stop for a moment. Before you scroll, before your mind rushes back into the noise of the day, take a breath. This message did not appear by accident. If you are hearing these words right now, when your heart feels heavier than usual, when your mind feels tired from thinking too much, when something inside you feels close to breaking, then listen carefully. Because sometimes, in the exact moment when a person feels the most lost, Krishna sends a message. And today, that message may be for you. Maybe today you woke up with that familiar weight in your chest. Nothing dramatic happened, nothing visibly shattered around you, and yet inside your mind there is a quiet storm. Thoughts spinning in circles, questions without answers. Nights where sleep comes late because your mind refuses to rest. You lie there staring at the ceiling, replaying conversations, worrying about tomorrow, wondering if you are falling behind in life while everyone else seems to move forward. Maybe you carry financial stress that no one around you fully understands. Bills that keep appearing, responsibilities that feel heavier than your strength. Dreams that once felt bright now feel delayed, paused somewhere between hope and uncertainty. You try to stay strong. You try to smile in front of others, but deep inside there is a silent fear whispering, what if things never get better? And loneliness, that quiet kind that doesn't always mean being physically alone. It is the loneliness of feeling misunderstood, the loneliness of fighting battles in your mind that you cannot easily explain to anyone. Sometimes people around you think you are fine because you are still functioning, still showing up, still doing what is expected, but they do not see the effort it takes just to hold yourself together. Some days you feel mentally exhausted. Your heart wants peace, but your mind keeps racing. You question your decisions. You question your timing. You wonder if you missed an opportunity somewhere. You compare your journey to others, and suddenly your own path feels slower, uncertain, maybe even wrong. And somewhere in the middle of all this, a quiet thought appears. Why is life so difficult right now? If that question has ever crossed your mind, then listen closely. Because thousands of years ago, on a battlefield called Kurukshetra, another man asked the same question. Arjuna stood between two armies. The air was heavy with tension. Conch shells echoed across the field. Warriors stood ready for battle. But in that moment, Arjuna's hands began to tremble. His bow slipped from his fingers. His heart filled with doubt. The warrior who had faced countless battles suddenly felt overwhelmed. He looked at the people standing on both sides of the battlefield and said, I cannot do this. My strength is gone. My mind is confused. My heart is weak. And beside him stood Krishna. Krishna did not shout. He did not panic. He did not criticize Arjuna's weakness. Instead, he spoke calmly, with a wisdom that has guided millions of hearts ever since. He reminded Arjuna that confusion is not failure. Fear is not the end of the journey. Moments of doubt are not signs that you are lost forever. They are often the beginning of deeper clarity. Maybe right now, this moment in your life feels like your Kurukshetra, a battlefield of responsibilities, fears, expectations, and decisions. Maybe you feel like Arjuna, standing in the middle of a situation that seems too heavy to face. Arjuna was not alone on that battlefield. Krishna was his charioteer. And in the same way, Krishna walks beside every soul that calls to him in sincerity. So now, take another breath and allow this prayer to rise from your heart. Krishna, gentle guide of the lost and protector of the weary, we come before you with tired minds and heavy hearts. You know the battles we fight in silence. You see the tears that fall when no one else is watching. You understand the fears we cannot explain and the exhaustion that builds inside us day after day. Lord Krishna, when our minds are filled with anxiety about the future, calm the storm within us. When we feel trapped by financial pressure and uncertainty, open doors we cannot yet see. When loneliness surrounds our hearts, remind us that we are never truly alone. You are the charioteer of every soul walking through confusion. When our strength feels small, lend us your courage. When our faith begins to weaken, fill us again with hope. When our path looks dark and uncertain, guide our steps with your divine light. Krishna, protect our minds from the constant noise of worry. Teach us how to breathe again, how to trust again, how to believe that our story is still unfolding. If someone listening right now feels like giving up, hold them closer than ever before. If someone feels like their dreams are slipping away, remind them that timing belongs to you. If someone feels financially trapped, emotionally drained, or mentally exhausted, send unexpected opportunities into their life. Open doors of provision. Create pathways that no human effort alone could create. Krishna, restore families that are hurting. Heal relationships that are broken. Bring peace where conflict has lived for too long. And for every person who feels like life has been unfair lately, whisper strength into their spirit so they can stand again tomorrow. Now, if you are listening to this prayer, pause for a moment and participate with faith. In your heart, or even quietly out loud, say these words: Krishna, guide my life. And if your heart is ready for courage, declare this with faith: I will not fear today. Because fear loses power the moment faith speaks. Sometimes Krishna sends a message just days before everything begins to change. Sometimes the darkest chapters of life appear right before a new door opens. Many people only realize later that the moment they almost gave up was actually the moment their transformation had already begun. You may not see the full picture yet, but Krishna does. He sees the doors that are preparing to open. He sees the connections that will soon appear in your life. He sees the strength forming inside you through every difficult day you have survived. Even the struggles that confuse you now are shaping your future in ways you cannot yet understand. Krishna teaches in the Bhagavad Gita that we are not meant to control every outcome. Our role is to keep moving forward with courage, while trusting that the divine intelligence guiding the universe is also guiding our lives. So breathe again. Your timeline is not broken. Your story is not over. Your strength is greater than this moment of sadness. Krishna, as this prayer continues, pour peace into every listener who feels overwhelmed. Quiet the racing thoughts that refuse to rest. Replace despair with renewed determination. For the person worrying about money, provide new opportunities. For the person feeling behind in life, restore their confidence. For the person battling silent depression, surround them with light. Let hope rise again, like the sun after a long night. Krishna, we ask for divine protection over our minds, our homes, and our future. Guide our decisions. Align us with the right opportunities. Remove obstacles that block our growth. Place us in environments where our spirit can rise instead of shrink. Let unexpected blessings begin to unfold. Let healing begin where pain has lived too long. Let courage replace hesitation. And most importantly, remind every heart listening that they are not forgotten. Because the same Krishna who guided Arjuna through the battlefield is guiding your life right now, even if you cannot see him clearly yet. Even if the road still feels uncertain. Even if today feels heavy. Krishna is already preparing your next chapter. And when you look back someday, you may realize that this moment, this very moment when you felt sad, tired, and unsure, was actually the turning point where strength began to rise inside you. So rest your heart in this truth. You are protected. You are guided. You are stronger than the battles you are facing. Krishna walks with you into tomorrow, and your story is still unfolding.